guys. Okay, so welcome back to my March design team project for Kerr over at Happiness in Crafting. And today I'm going to be working with part of the Collage Paper Pieces number 1 kit. Now, some of you may remember in my show and tell video, I showed off that before printing the kit, there'd been a couple of days where I hadn't printed and I forgot to do a test print before I did. So, sorry guys if you can hear that noise in the background, it's the bins flying around outside. Today's bin day and the wind is atrocious. Anyway, as I said, before it had been a couple of days. There's someone's car alarm. It's all go here today. It had been a couple of days before I did any printing, and I forgot to do a test print before I set the kits to print, and these were my first two. This has actually been torn off. That's all it printed. The rest of it was a blank sheet. I tore it off and I've used it for it's just blank piece of paper. I've used it for other things. As you can see, it's not that bad, but it does have the lines on it. Lines running through it because my print heads needed cleaning. That funky bit there, that funky colour bit there is where I realised, oh poo, it's doing that thing. I need to clean my head, and I cancelled the print. It had obviously got that far before I cancelled, and then it comes through as a different colour. So, oh man, I'm sorry about that noise, guys. Yeah, but you know, some people have been like, oh, it's ruined now, I'll throw it away. No, not me. I'm going to use it because I mentioned in my last video, if you have been watching, in the last video, which was actually the first in this series for March, I made this box using G's black and white print to this set. There are 6 different pages in this kit. Let me find them for you. Oh. I've already used that one. Where have I put them? Here, right under my nose. I will show you the full kit. There we go. Because I've got it printed a couple of times. So this is the black and white one, which I used to make this box. I literally used the whole kit, apart from a tiny little piece, which I'm going to show you what I did with in a minute. But yes, I created this box with this kit page, but I also used G's Friday freebie number 44 to use as a template to create the box. So yeah, please go and watch that video for all the relevant information and everything on how to do that. But yes, so like I said, that's the box I made in the last one, and I used this print. So this is the same kit. It is the, again, Collage Paper Pieces kit, number 1. And you get the black and white one. You get this lovely vintage sepia brownie toned one. You get this gorgeous blue and teals one. I've printed these on 80 GSM print paper, so they are quite muted tones. I love this one. This beautiful purpley lilac one. And you get this lovely orangey yellow one. Bit of green in there. I love this. It screams spring and summer to me. And then you get this beautiful green one, which is, again, this one. Now, I actually printed this as borderless. My printer was still set to borderless. That's why a bit of it's cut off and hasn't got the border around. But yes, so as you can see, that's what it should have been like, and that's what it turned out like. Not all that different, to be honest, just here and there you can see the lines. So I shall still put this kit to use, but this video is literally going to be just a plain simple how to make quick and simple ephemera video, because my design team project for March, throughout March, for G, is going to be done in little video sessions, should I say, and each one's just going to be a different way to show you how to make simple ephemera. You could argue the fact that this isn't ephemera because it's a box, but it is a box for storing ephemera. I used scrapbooking cardstock to reinforce the inside. Maybe if I'd have been thinking ahead a little bit more, I could have used G's kit to line the inside, but, you know, never mind. But what I did with the tiny little bit that was left over, I made some butterfly confetti with it. I'm just trying to find it because I have just some plain white pieces of paper in here. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to throw them in there as well. So from what was left out of that black and white sheet of paper after I cut it up to make that box was just a tiny little strip about that big, and I used it to make some butterfly confetti because I love butterflies. Love butterflies. And also I got a new paper punch and I just wanted to play. So I'm going to sit the lid of that's just white paper. I'm just going to sit the lid of that in that box, and guess what I'm going to do, guys? Yep, this is my new paper punch. It is an EK Tools one, and it is butterfly confetti. That's its name. Well, it just says actually confetti punch, but it's butterflies. Yeah, and I love it. So I am basically just going to open it up, and I love the funkiness of this. So I'm going to slot that inside the punch, and I am just going to punch. And look at that. Awesome. Look at that, guys. Now see, looking at that like that, you would never know that that was a failed print, would you? You'd never know. Alright, it's only print paper, you know, so it's a bit flimsy, but you can still use them as embellishments. You could stick them onto something else, or, you know, use it on a cluster. Gorgeous. Love it. So let's move along and do some more. Don't worry, I'm not going to use this punch throughout the whole video, although not far off. This is a great way to use your punches as well, and build up a little, well, ephemera stash, yes, but, you know, just build up a little stash of embellishments, because like I said, these will be great for using as embellishments. And this is only going to be a quick video today, but yeah, so there we go. Okay, that one's a little bit torn, but so let me gather them up as best I can. Oh my god, I love these. I love this punch. I can see me just having butterflies everywhere because of this punch. Oh, come on, butterfly confetti, just awesome. Love it. It wasn't expensive either. But yes, so you have, well, we now have that, all of that out of that piece there, that when we looked at it on the sheet thought, oh god, what can I do with that? Can't make anything out of that. It's pretty useless. Is it really? Because when you're looking at it like that, I don't think it were useless. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Awesome, because they just look like coloured butterflies to me. So that's that one. And of course I'm just going to quickly go through and punch some green ones. I'll go along this bottom edge here. Let's just do the top ones. You know, I mean, there's a little white gap between them there, but you could quite easily still punch butterflies out of that, and you can't tell. It just looks like a two-toned butterfly. Whoa. Sorry, guys. I love this tripod, but I also really hate it because I keep banging it, and when I do, it makes a god-awful noise. I cringe. When I am editing videos and I've hit the button. When I'm editing videos and I've hit it by mistake, I cringe when I'm editing the video because the noise just grates on me so much. So I really do apologise to you guys. Now, like I said, here you were hitting the white lined pieces, but punched out, they look awesome. Actually, they're not the butterflies and whatever, but with them being green like that, I don't know why, but I just got St. Patrick's Day stuck in my head. I thought, oh, just made me think of St. Patrick's Day. Probably because it's green. I know it's not a shamrock, but even so. You look at that. It's so cool. That white line that divided the different sections now just looks like a white line through the butterfly, and it just gives it some uniqueness and cool look. You could also colour it in. Colour it in with some watercolour paint, some marker pen or ink, something, whatever. I just love it. It's so cool. And there we go, guys. We have another handful of butterflies there from a dodgy sheet of paper. It's just cool. And again, a box full of ephemera. Okay, now let's put this butterfly one away. Otherwise I'll just sit here forever and a day cutting butterflies out. Right, now I'm going to move over to my tab punch. This is not 3-inch, despite what it says. As I found out the other day when I was doing something with it and I measured it, it's not 3-inch. Oh, we're doing my thread spools with it. It's actually 2.5, but I'm not bothered. But yeah, so I'm just going to open this up and I'm just going to slot that in, or maybe not because of the butterflies. Right, I can't actually do it with that because of the butterflies. So we'll use the green sheet. I know I can use that. And I could go that way for a bit of interest. Let's do that. Now, it could be a bit dodgy cutting out of this because it's just normal printer paper. Sometimes it doesn't like it. So sometimes it's best to just put another piece of paper behind it. Excuse me. Get rid of that. I don't have any big scrap pieces of paper that I could put behind. Oh, let's see, this'll do. This'll do. I'm just holding that behind and then I can cut it out. Or I'm trying to. That's not going to work. Typical, the piece of paper's not big enough for me to hold on to. That not work. Right, let's see. Let's try the glue stick. Where is it? There it is. Let's try just a bit of glue stick. Just glue it on the back and then I don't have to hold it and then pop it through. That's better. And punch. There we go. And then you can peel that bit off. There we go. And then leave it to one side to dry. But yeah, so, you know, that little piece of paper. You could actually also back this with some cardstock. I'm not going to do any more. Like I said, I'll keep this video short and sweet. I'm not going to do any more, but we could back some cardstock on there, or book page even. Alright, okay. I said I weren't going to do any more. I lied. Let's just do that. Let's pop a piece of book page on the back. Just with some glue stick, like I just did then. There we go. Just somewhere, anywhere on there. Put it down a little bit, then I can be on the book page and not hang over. I can see the book page through the piece of paper holding it up to the window, so okay. We will throw those pieces away. And that. And then, like I said, you can go any which way whilst doing this, and you can use all sorts of punches. If you have a tag punch, you could do that. You could create some tag shapes, you know, flowers, anything at all. If you have paper punches and you have dodgy prints, like so, then use them. You don't even have to use them as tabs. Actually, we won't do that because that's got G's information on it there, so we'll skip over that bit. See, look how interesting they're coming out now. There you go. I mean, we could even use them. Oh, actually, this bit here with G's information on, we won't skip over it, but what we will do is we'll pop it in and we'll only do half of a tab. So we'll line it up with them little pips there. So we're only going to get half a tab. Oh, we would if it did stop moving. There we go. Awesome. And we've utilised pretty much as much of that paper as we can. Don't think I'd get another half a tab out of that bit, but let's see. I might do. Yep, I can actually. Oh, yep, I absolutely can. See? Always double check. Get as much out of your paper as you can. There you go. Another half a tab. And a scrappy piece of paper. Now these bits can go in the bin. Oops. I can throw on the floor, okay, whatever. And there we go. And then you can either leave the book pages on, you know, so glue them back on properly, or you can, you know, pull them off so they're back to just being thin pieces of paper. You can, obviously, fold them in half and use them as tabs. They'd look great now in a botanical journal or whatever, you know, or on the top of a tag. Yeah, they still got a few lines on, but they're nowhere near as noticeable now we've turned them into something else. So, you know, don't always throw your scrappy prints away. Think of other things you can do with them. And again, I'm going to throw them in the box. I'm going to keep referring to that box because I love it. And there you go. So, that's those two. Let me zoom you in actually, and I don't have to keep messing about and refocusing. Well, I probably still will have to refocus, but I don't have to keep messing about up and down. It hurts my elbow, not my elbow, it hurts my arm. There you go, and you can put them either way. But yeah, it's so cool. And then them two are just the little paper pieces that's still got the book page on the other side. But there you go, guys. Don't give up on your scrappy, on your bodgy prints. You know, think of other things you can do with them. Look at all this awesome butterfly. I'll take it out now because the base of that is probably being a bit fussy and kind of washing it out a little bit. But look at all these cute and unique, unusual prints that we haven't, well, prints, designs, oh gosh, spit your words out, woman. Designs we have on these butterflies now. I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody else would have them. These are just plain white ones. But I don't think anybody, I wouldn't be able to get that again if I tried. Because for a start off, I'd have to get the exact same botchy print with the lines on. I wouldn't get that again. Because that's where, like I said, I'd cancelled it and it still carried on printing but did the different colours. So I definitely wouldn't get that again. Not deliberately anyway, it'd only be by chance. And doing it like that, you know, you've got some, like, proper unique to you little not scraps, but embellishments that very few people are going to have, because not very many people are going to have had the exact same botchy prints that you've had. You know, they might have similar ones, but they're not going to be exactly the same as this. So, you know, you can make your own unique ephemera and embellishments. This is still ephemera, but also embellishments. Love it. Absolutely love it. I wish I could do that with your DigiKit. But yeah, it's so cool. I love it. And then I actually don't have any up here. I don't think. Or I might have some of the other bulb pins. No, them are bulldog clips. Just give me a second, guys, while I root through every single box that I've got to probably find I don't have any. Right, so them that is what I was looking for, but not the right colour. I bet I haven't brought them up. I bet they're still downstairs. Oh dear no. Whoopsie daisy. Yep, looks like they're all still downstairs. I was sure I brought them up though, because I wanted to use them for something. I was just looking for some like flat back pearls, maybe. Oh, I just thought something else I could do if I can't find those, which I don't think I'm going to be able to. Typical. Whenever I want something, it's just not there. Right, fine, we'll do this instead then. I've got some glossy accents here. So, I'm going to pop these in here out the way. And I'm just going to find a couple of interesting butterflies. So I want that one. In fact, where were those brads? I've only got my, they're here. I've only got my my silver and antique bronze ones. We'll use the silver one, that'll do. That'll still stand out. Not the colour I was looking for. Oh, be downstairs. So let's use that one and let's use this pink one. Gather these up. Pop them in the box. Like so. Pokey tool. Whoops. Take the lid off it. Right. Pokey tool and book. Poke in the middle. And pop the brad through. Oh, this might not work actually because this is just paper. Make a bigger hole. Like so. Pop that in there. And open those out to the side. Oh, like that. That's actually going to hang over a bit much, so I will just cut that off a little bit with my scissors. And that one, just a little bit. Oh, I nearly chopped my nail off. That were a bit forceful. Okay, now this is going to be glued down anyway, so it wouldn't matter. And there you go. But you could do that with a flat back pearl instead of a brad. And, you know, you'd have a cute little midsection to your butterfly. Like so. Part of this butterfly is missing. But yeah, you could do that. Glue a coloured flat back pearl on there, or even just a blah 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 blah. Think brain. Sparkly one, like a diamante one. And then in this one I'm just going to blob some glossy accents in the middle, which probably isn't even going to do a right lot anyway. That would work better if you had some stickles which I have actually yet to buy. That will just, once it's dry, that will just do like it's done here on this box, and just, you know, it'll just sparkle a little bit. Okay, so there you go. You decorate these however you like. I've got some cute little ephemera in there now and embellishments, which is cool. But yeah, so there we go, and I will have to leave that to one side for now, just to let it dry for a few hours. Excuse me, I'm not actually altogether sure how long it takes glossy accents to dry. Alright, 15 to 60 minutes depending on thickness, if needed. Clear tip. Alright, if needed, clear the tip with the pin, with a pin, right, and that's quite a considerable blob on there, so that's going to take a while to dry, is that, but I'm not bothered. But yeah, so anyway guys, there you go. There's just a few little ideas for you. I neglected to bring them up. I have loads of different punches. I have flower punches and all sorts. They're all still downstairs. I forgot to bring them up, but you could do the same thing. Instead of butterflies, you could do the same thing. You could do flowers as well and that sort of thing. And the same again, if you had stickles, put some blobs in the middle, make them shiny. You could again put your flat back pearls in the middle and that sort of thing, you know, knock yourselves out. But like I said, this was just a quick little video just to come and show you that botchy prints like that are still useful. You know, we've got, apart from 8 butterflies that I'd already done before coming on, we've now got a little box full of different bits of ephemera that we wouldn't have had if we'd have thrown them prints away, thinking, nah, they're no good. So there we go. And yeah, also, like I said, guys, check out part 1 to see how I made this funky box. And yeah, there we go. What was I saying about keeping it short and sweet? It's still half an hour long. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you, G, for letting me play with your kits. And just to remind you guys, this was I did this using the Collage Paper Pieces #1 kit. Yep, the box in the last video and this ephemera in this video, I still use the same kit, just a different page from the kit. Yep, so go and check it out, guys. Oh, shook one out. But yeah, so like I said, go and check it out, guys, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.